Here we are after a successful, more or less, would you say?
More successful than that.
More successful than that, TigerFest 2013. That's just my name for it. We ended up working on the Tigersaurus. We had a mystery short in the heatsink because how simply we were able to find that and get it back into fine working shape. Didn't do anything with the preamp. The preamp works fine. I've got two Tigers on display here that were never finished, and I know I'm missing a few parts where I got to get that project back in line and going. And then here's my ancient Tigers. I got back from a friend who used them for like 25 years maybe, and gave me this setup back. I assembled them back in high school. These are like 35 years old. These were like early Tigers. They weren't not the earliest, but they were pretty early. So I built those before I graduated high school. I built them maybe in '76, and the preamp too. The preamp's an early version of the preamp. They did some improvements to the preamp later. I do have covers for that, but they're not here. We got two of the equalizers. We didn't really do anything with those. Showed them in our last SWTPC video. And we worked on several of these Tigers. The 215 we just assessed a little more. That's a real serious problem child. It got hit by lightning, so it's totally fried everywhere. Most of the transistors are fried, right?
Been replaced. Just need to be soldered.
We still need to high pot the transformer somehow. High potential test.
We'll save that for TigerFest 2014.
Yeah. I'd like to slap 400 volts across that transformer and make sure it's not going to blow us when we get everything rebuilt. And then, of course, I could use my tripod. So what do we do with the rest of these? We've got one that's sort of a mystery still. We tuned up the NASA. This is the NASA one, which has got a real interesting chassis. It's black anodized instead of brown anodized. And it's got a really heavy cover you can stand on. And it's got a BNC input. We documented that in the last video. Didn't do anything to tune that one up. What else did we do here?
We de-audio filed the one.
Oh yeah, we de-audio filed this miserable audio file project. He'd already done one like that, and we de-audio filed the other one.
Actually, this is the first one that I started and didn't finish. And the results were great. I was really impressed that we were able to take apart all the stuff this guy messed up and get a good sounding result at the end of it. So it's a good project.
Yeah, with all his modifications, he ended up making things worse. He routed his AC wires with his DC wires after doing some really anal other stuff like grinding into the chassis to get good grounds and stuff. He did some really boneheaded errors like routing his DCs and ACs in the wrong places. Didn't follow the chassis design. Really stupid stuff. And it wasn't able to get bias from his modifications. It does bias now, although it's a little bit fluky there. We still have one amp that's got a little mystery to it. Overheats spontaneously. Something in the bias circuit we couldn't quite pin down. Or we may have a leaky transistor somewhere. But you can whap it and make it happen. The bias jumps up and you turn it off and the bias returns right to normal. I really think we got a crack or something, a cracked resistor or PC board or something. So we got one we didn't fix. The rest of them were all pretty much tuned up and working fine. And we de-audio filed that one. So these are all working Tigers. And I fixed one of my ancient Tigers that I had blown in that defective speaker that blew the same speaker that blew the Yamaha, blew one of my Tigers. And that's all repaired now too. One with the black switch on it. So all in all, a fairly successful Tiger SWTPC roundup with my friend Kurt.